So in terms of similarities, some of the genres that we have in the Roman world for spectacle are similar to the modern world. So we have ancient sport, we have ancient theater, we have sort of these ephemeral public spectacles like mimes in the ancient world, or the triumph that I've been talking about. So there are a lot of similarities there. What's most striking, though, are the ways that entertainment now is different versus the ancient world. One thing with Roman culture, you have to be present to see these things, right? You have to be there for the triumph, or you have to be there to see the theatrical production. In the modern world, you can go on YouTube, or you can read about these things in a newspaper the next day. You can see it on social media. So you don't necessarily have to be part of the spectacle in this day and age, but in the ancient world, I do think you had to be there to really get a sense about it. Though we do have descriptions where people try to write about these things and recall what it was like. Most of that is experienced when you're actually there. And a second thing, because most people think about the amphitheater, gladiatorial combats, there is more violence in ancient entertainment, I think. Society was just kind of closer to that than we are nowadays. There is an interest in Roman culture and Etruscan culture in sort of spilling blood and seeing people suffer in a way. I don't think that makes the Romans bad. I think there's just a different sort of idea of morality than there is nowadays. And you could say that that's different from modern entertainment, but there is a weird sort of connection to that I think we have in certain sports like football are kind of violent. Or you think about when people are driving on the freeway and there's an accident, everyone slows down and looks, kind of. So it's this weird sort of relationship with violence that is different between Rome and the modern world, but is similar. There is a connection there too. You could make the argument that sort of the Western tradition is dependent on the Roman Empire and that sort of history, but I think one of the main reasons that we have a lot of these things in the modern world, things like parades, theater, sports that look back to ancient Rome, it's because Roman entertainment is entertaining. It's fun to watch people either on the stage or sort of cheer for the victor, or if you're at a circus or an amphitheater or something, I think it's a human instinct to want to see people who are the best at something.
So entertainment can be thought of as public or private, and public entertainment in the Roman world would have consisted of the gladiatorial games at the Colosseum, as well as public festivals where plays would be put on and their performances of songs. For example, Virgil's Aeneid and Ovid's Metamorphoses. And then also in the private sphere, in aristocratic families, for example, the Caesars and other families that could afford it, they would hire troubadours and professional poets to perform their work just at banquets as a form of entertainment. They would serve, they had a really important political function, and they served as a way to distract the public from the problems in society and the inequality in society. The gladiatorial games and the games put on the Colosseum were all free and paid for by the royal family, and they would receive people in the audience, like the masses, peasants, people like that. They would get bread for free, and that's where the saying bread and circuses comes from, because it was just a form of distracting the masses from the real problems in their society. And then also the plays served a really important political function. For example, the Aeneid, that was a tale about how Rome came to be founded, and it was a way of almost justifying like the Roman leadership and successorship and the development into like an imperial society.
To working with the material record in the ancient world, we look at things like architectural structures, ceramics, art, bodies, sometimes faunal remains, and then texts, right? That's kind of our record that we work with. If you go to the modern world, so much of our stuff is kind of online, or the way we communicate, even our tickets. If you go to a concert, you print it out, or you just have it on your phone, right? You just show it there. You take pictures that, for most of us now, they're stored on our phone. You don't ever print them out, you know? So my big question, I guess, is we're going to have to, or my thought is we're going to have to change the way we study. We're going to have people who specialize not in ceramics, but maybe in plastoids or something, and in how to do sort of digital archival research and sift through old broken computers and find information, sort of stories that people shared. So that's sort of my thoughts on how we're going to study it, but I guess we won't really know until 500 years or so when someone's really interested in our sort of leftovers of culture.